but effective.
Welcome to another episode of Boring But Effective. We have a superstar in our midst today, ladies and gentlemen. He played 180-odd games of rugby league. He's done some amazing work for charity. He is an Order of an Australia medalist. I speak of none other than Mark MG Geyer. Welcome, MG.
Davey, how are you, my man? Thanks for having me on. 1985, I played every game off the bench as a 17-year-old after Tim Sheens recognised me at a Jersey flag trial. And I just gained untold experience then. And then the year later, I played under 23s for the whole year, and we made the grand final. We got beat by South, I think, in that game, 13-0. But they really stacked their team. So we went the following year. I went to the end of that year, 1986, the very last game of the year. We played Parramatta at Parramatta Stadium, and it was Ray Price and Mick Cronin's last game at Parramatta before they obviously go and play finals. So I got on with about 5 minutes to go in that game, so I got to play against two of the greats at Para. And in '87, I played 12 first grade games, and that was when I kind of cemented my spot in the first grade team.
Fantastic. That was a huge achievement. Just to play one game's massive, but to really get your spot. Now, if we move forward a bit, in '91, you've been playing some great footy, but you wrecked your ankle at training. And this kind of fits in how if you're not disciplined, you're not doing the stuff behind the scenes. How did you actually get yourself rehabbed in time and get yourself up for the finals and ultimately be part of that first Penrith comp win?
We had really good physios at Penrith, and one of the physios is still my physio today, Rob Standen, and I would go to his house up in the Falconbridge, up at the mountains, about 3 or 4 times a week while I was recovering from my ankle injury, which I needed. The ankle was torn ligaments in the ankle, which I had to get a reconstruction after the '91 grand final. So I played like 8 weeks with this torn ligament in my ankle. But I got it knitted up and got it treated, and I suppose back then you did that type of thing. If it was today, they'd probably give you a couple of weeks off, or you'd be in a moon boot, or I didn't know what a moon boot was back then. But 1990 we got beat in the grand final, and then 4 of us went away on a kangaroo tour, which we were lucky to do that. Myself and Brandy and Johnny Cartwright and Brad Fittler went away, and we came back and we changed our jerseys, and we went from the old chocolate soldiers to licorice Hawthorns, and there was a bit of a change. And we only lost 4 games all year, but we did play North Sydney in the prelim, and I think Darryl Harrigan, who was the best sharpshooter back then, I think he kicked 1 from 5 or something, and we won by 4 points. So yeah, we were lucky probably to make that '91 grand final, but when we did, it was the same score at half time, 12-6 we were down, and it was Roy Simmons' last game. That was probably the biggest difference from the year before, and he made a passionate plea to us all that he didn't want to go out this way, and 10 minutes in the second half, I got stim-binned, and I thought that was it. I just lost the game for my team, and
shit.
Yeah, but yeah, went back on and had a couple of try assists, and because I was fresh, back in them days, you didn't have unlimited interchange. So, once I got replaced, I think we only had the forward and the back on the bench, and once I went back on, then I played with 12 men for 10 minutes of that second half, and when I watched the game back on replay, which I've done a lot of times, the Raiders didn't get out of their own half. Roy Simmons and Nobby Clark and Paul Dunn and Cole Vandervoort, they all just tackled their asses off. And so I come on fresh, and they kind of got a bit of a boost from that. And we went on to win the big one, 1912, against the Raiders, who beat us the year before.
Not only come on fresh, but I'm sure you had that burning desire of, shit, what have I done here? I've copped 10 minutes with 1 man down. We've got to do something about this, and love the way you go about it, mate. You certainly got there. So Well, one ankle was good and one was full of elastopast
and needles and needles.
and deadening. Yeah. No, that's so good.
They are seeing it around. Maverick Geyer's on the ground. There you go. Son of a legend.
That was a proud moment to see that your young bloke replicates what you see it so often with ex-players and blokes you played against and blokes who are your teammates, seeing their offspring doing what they did, and when your kid does it, it's something very special.
Yeah, it's amazing. No, that sounds good. I look forward to watching him run out with the Bears and see you over there every now and then.
Yeah, can't wait.
Having a bit of a look. So the other thing I wanted to chat to you about was Life in Five. Tell us about the podcast and some of the great work you're doing there.
You know what, Dave? I just thought of something different. I asked my guests to bring 5 photos that have basically shaped their life up to where they are now. And I think I've done 48 interviews so far in the last 18 months, and every single person I've spoken to has blown me away with something I didn't know about them.
Yeah.
Which has been, because I don't do any homework. I just say, what's this photo about?
Yep.
Why'd you bring this photo? And then that we speak for about 6 or 7 minutes of that photo, and some of it's been emotional. Some of it's, Ray Martin was fantastic, and obviously funny blokes like Brian Fletcher, and all the Channel 9, James Bracey, and all the 2UE guys I've done, Fordham and Mark Levy and Josh Morris and Piggy Riddell. Piggy Riddell's got a good story to tell about his daughter who is severely disabled, and I didn't know about that.
Yeah, right.
And when it come to that photo, he said, I knew I'd cry when this came on. He did. And that's the emotive part about it all. I just like people to tell their stories, and I like people to walk away going, wow, that was interesting. And so, yeah, I'm enjoying it. I've got some good sponsors on board with Hertz and Southlands and Lily Pilly Wines. I pay my guests in wine, which is always a bit of a lure.
Sounds fantastic. I like it. It's unscripted. It's raw, and it's just as interesting for you to hear how they're responding and coming up with your questions on the run as the people that are answering. It's so good. Yeah. What's your favourite food?
A death row meal. I would have a mixed kebab.
A mixed kebab?
A chicken and beef kebab I have olives, I have pineapple, I have tabbouleh, I have chili sauce, and I have garlic sauce as a combat to each other. And then some couple of pieces on the side, couple of pieces of pizza on the side with a big, nice original Coke. That'd be my death row meal.
That sounds fantastic. So, question 2 is, now Megan's organised all this for you. She's put it all together. There you are. You're sitting out on the back patio beside the pool.
Yep.
And you can invite one person, living or deceased in the history of the universe, to enjoy your kebab pizza and your full strength.
Wow.
Who does MG choose?
One person.
Yeah.
Well, if I invite someone, I'd definitely put the pizzas away. I'd get the wine out and have a couple of glasses of wine with them. Because I grew up as a tragic Elvis Presley fan. In my house, that was all that was played. Mum and Dad loved him, and I've got to say that Elvis Presley would probably be that person, or Michael Hutchence from INXS. They're my favourite band of all time, and I got the chance to meet him a couple of times in the early mid-90s. He was just a fantastic bloke, and I suppose modern day would be Jack Black.
Yeah, he's terrific, isn't he?
I follow him on Instagram, and just seeing his head makes me laugh.
Yeah, he's a super talented fella, but he's just
if you haven't seen a movie that was about 30 years ago, School of Rock.
Yeah.
He plays a substitute teacher, and it's in my top 5 movies of all time. I love it, and I love him. So yeah,
good old Dewey. Good old Dewey. He's amazing. That's an old school battle of the bands type thing. It's so good. Yeah. So we got the King, Elvis, we got Michael Hutchence, and we got Jack Black.
Maybe a sportsman. if I had to pick a sports person, it'd probably be my favourite team growing up were Manly.
Yep.
And Graham Eady was always my favourite player. So I know the Wombat's not doing it too well at the moment as far as his health goes. So I'd bring him over to cheer him up as well.
Sounds brilliant. So throw in the Wombat too, and that's a nice little party at your place.
And you know what? Let's get Gordon Ramsay there as well. He can cook everything for us.
Give Megan the night off.
Yeah, you're off, babe. Gordon's cooking. Just sit back and relax.
Fantastic. Oh, that's so good. Hey, MG, do you do sportsman nights and stuff like that as well?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I do. Yeah. I do. Anyone can get hold of me.
So we'll put your stuff here on the screen. If you need MG to come down to your sports club after training on a Thursday, he'll have you in stitches and tell you some of the amazing stories throughout his career and the life on five as well.
If you've got fundraisers and stuff, you want to, an ex-player to come and talk at your sportsman's lunch, give me a hoy. Just follow me on Instagram and follow my podcast, as you said, Dave. And I appreciate it, buddy. I'll be staying tuned to the boring but effective podcast as well, buddy.
Thank you, MG. And any financial planning stuff, you can hit me up, D Walter and Associates, on the LinkedIn and YouTube.
I can endorse this man. He's very good at what he does.
Thank you so much, MG. Hey, great to chat with you. All the best for the rest of the week. Cheers, mate.
Boring but effective.